me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard? Cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. I am Maya Angelou, originally born as Marguerite Annie Johnson. On April 20th, 1928, I was successful and there are a few factors I believe to have encouraged my success. I had to endure hardships, I had a good support system, and I self-motivate myself. Without these things, I don't know where I would be. First and foremost, I endured many hardships. Starting when I was 3 years old, my parents divorced, and I moved from St. Louis to Stamps, Arkansas to live with my grandmother. After 5 years of getting into a routine with my grandmother, my father visits to take me back to St. Louis. While there, I visit my mother and her new boyfriend. He ended up raping me and dying at the hands of my uncles. I felt bad and guilty. If I didn't tell anybody what happened, he still might be alive. Guilt ate away at me and consumed me to the point that I took a vow of silence that lasted 5 years. I didn't talk to anyone, but they talked to me. My grandmother, an English teacher, were there every step of the way. She opened me up to new books and artists. When I was 14, I moved to California with my mother. We were finally repairing our relationship. I finished school, and there I fell in love. At the age of 17, I had my one and only child, Guy Johnson. I was raising my son on my own and working to support us. Can you believe I wanted to be a streetcar conductor? My mother pushed me to be better, and that's when I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to dance. Thanks to my support system for pushing me. Without my grandmother, teacher, and mother motivating and pushing me, I wouldn't have been able to do that for others. 1951. I remember it like it was yesterday. That's the year I started putting myself first. I began dancing and performing on stage. My first play, Porgy and Bess, paved the way for African Americans to be on stage. I met and married Tosh Angelos. Tosh, my son, and I moved around so that I could support all of us. Just as fast as my marriage started, it ended. I continued to dance in small clubs to support me and my child. 1959, the year that changed my life. I met a writer, John Oliver Killens, and he encouraged me to start writing. I joined the Harlem Writers Guild and had my writing published. After this, I met Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. I met Martin Luther King Jr. when I joined the SCLC, or Southern Christian Leadership Conference. I helped raise money for many causes. I also was involved in sit-ins and marches with Dr. King, but I was more drawn to Malcolm X. I was one of the founders of the Cultural Association for Women of African Heritage. I had to help my sisters out. I go on to write stories about both power for men. I also write many different books and poems. I have to motivate myself every day to keep going. That's the third thing that contributes to my success. My family encouraged me, but I had to push myself. It was my dream, and I had the passion to go out and fulfill my goals. If you love something, do it. I make a list of things I want to accomplish, and I cross them off as I accomplish them. This is just one way to self-motivate yourself and keep yourself moving forward. I believe everything happens for a reason. I knew I wouldn't live forever, but I'm glad that before I died on May 28, 2014, I got the opportunity to leave my mark on this earth. Now what will you do to leave your mark? I'm Maya Angelou, and still I rise.